Chapter 2. Snow White was soon wandering cheerfully through a lush green meadow, with the huntsman following close behind. She had been told that the queen wanted some wild flowers for her table, and she was glad of the chance to go out into the surrounding countryside. She was reaching to pick from a cluster of bright daisies when she spied a baby bird on the ground beside a large rock. "Why, hello there," Snow White said. The tiny creature shook its blue speckled wings and chirped a hello in response. Snow White bent down to pick up the bird and suddenly noticed a large, dark shadow creeping up the rock. She whirled around in fright and then cringed in terror as she saw the huntsman looming over her, a sharp knife in his hand. She pressed herself against the rock and put her hands up to shield her face. The huntsman came to her grimly, his knife poised to strike. But at the last moment, his hand shook and his face fell in dismay. "I can't do it," he cried as he dropped to his knees. "Forgive me. I beg of your highness, forgive me." Why, I don't understand," stammered the frightened princess. "She's mad, jealous of you," the huntsman said. "She'll stop at nothing." Snow White stared at the huntsman for a moment, in shock and confusion. "But who?" she gasped. "The queen," answered the huntsman. "The queen?" echoed Snow White, her face growing pale. "Yes," said the huntsman. "Now quick, child, run away and hide." "But where shall I go?" asked Snow White in a trembling voice. "Into the woods, anywhere," said the huntsman, gesturing wildly at the thick forest just beyond the meadow. "Now go! Run! And don't come back!" Without another word, Snow White whirled and fled into the dark forest. She could hear the huntsman urging her on as she stumbled blindly through dense trees and brush. And as she ran, the things in the forest took on shapes and forms she had never before imagined. The branches of trees sprang to life around her, their claw-like hands reaching out to grab her. Rocks became hunched wild animals ready to rear up at a moment's notice. Snow White ran across a hilly bog, and all at once the spongy ground gave way underneath her, and she fell into a dark pool of half-rotted logs. As she frantically struggled to free herself from the murky waters, the floating logs were transformed into terrifying crocodiles, snapping at her with wide jaws. She finally stumbled out of the pool and ran again deeper and deeper into the forest until she saw her path blocked by an enormous black tree. Its gnarled trunk showed a grotesque and frightening face, and its thick branches reached out as if to grab and crush her. Snow White screamed and stumbled into a nearby clearing. There she fell to the mossy earth, sobbing in terror until she was so exhausted that she fell fast asleep where she lay.